Something I really like to do when I worked as a QA analyst was just do kind of like a competitive analysis of games that are coming out, just to get an idea of where the market is, what's sitting well with people, just to know. So I'm going to do that with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It seems to be doing pretty well, but I did want to take a look at any public available data that I can find to just kind of help this. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I have an AI chat going on here just to kind of ask some loose questions because it can parse info a lot faster than I can. But let's start with the number count. Player count is always kind of I like this because a lot of companies don't want you to see this because it's very telling as to what is good or not. It's sitting at 176 peak players. That's actually pretty good, I think. Let's compare it to Dragon Age Veilguard, right? Uh, this might not even be a fair comparison because you can access it through a lot of other ways on PC, but otherwise, yeah, it's about half the peak. And if we want to keep going down the route of unfair, let's randomly compare it to like a Hogwarts Legacy, which was crazy, or an Elden Ring, which was also crazy. Maybe a Baldur's Gate, which was also crazy. Those games sold. How many copies did Elden Ring sell? A lot. So if you kind of took averages of those, how many copies did Hogwarts Legacy sell? 30 million. How many copies did, what was the other one? Baldur's Gate 3 sell? 15 million. 15 million for that one. So the range is pretty high. The variance between your peak players and around 15 to 30 million is pretty wide scope there, depending on, I guess, how long something takes, how replayable it is. This number could go back and forth. But overall, it seems like sales wise, player wise, this is like medium high to me, and very positive reviews, which kind of works for it over time. And this is the beginning of the year, which means a lot of people have a lot of free time because releases are probably a little bit slower right now. So then there's less to compete with. So, I mean, I bet you anything if I look on Steam store right now, the top seller will probably be Kingdom Come. That's what I'm guessing. Top seller. Oh, Sid Meier's. Yeah. But yeah, still top seller right there. Kingdom Come, right over Steam Deck, who's been there for like 90 weeks apparently, which is crazy. I like my Steam Deck though. I have one, so understandable. And I think this charts dollars. So this being $500 for a base version would make it always show up here. I guess the other crazy one is that Counter Strike is right under it, and it's a free game, which is we we kind of know what's going on there. Next thing I want to compare it to is how did the first game do? Seems to be half the peak. Relatively good reviews, and a lot of people are playing it right now, including me. I didn't want to jump straight into 2 because I knew it was continuing the story from 1, and I'm at a point where I think it's worth it to try to push through and play through the first one, even though I hear it's more janky or whatever. But I've also seen a lot of content creators play it recently and say that they really liked it. So I'm just gonna trust them on it and go with it. So first one did pretty good. I wonder how many they sold. How many copies did Kingdom Come Deliverance sell? 8 million copies. 8 million copies times. Okay, let's do this. 8 million copies. Let's say 40, but that's probably not fair. Did I actually put an extra zero in there? 8 million copies. Nope. That's a lot of money. Now let's say a lot of it was bought on sale, right? So let's put like 20 bucks. That's still a crazy amount of money. And I asked that because I wanted to know how much it costs to make. So my train of thought here is that I wanted to know where Warhorse Studios is from. They're in Prague. And they're acquired by another company. This company. Plyon? Playon? Sorry if I butchered it. Just kind of looking at what other games they put out. Some pretty good stuff here. I mean, Dead Island 2, that company was doing pretty great. I think Payday guys are doing pretty great too. I'm pretty sure they brought out other stuff too, but this is just their featured product page. Stability wise, that means they're okay. And then I kind of opened up a chat GPT just to see, can you search the net for me to see the development cost of Kingdom Come 2? I read somewhere that it was that Daniel Vavra said it was it costs as much as a Netflix show, and that's about 40 million, but I just wanted to confirm it. And apparently the budget was about 32 to 36 million, which is insane for how well it's doing. And they're basing this off by him saying that it cost a fifth of making Death Stranding, which costs 161.80. Budget aligns with original reports that the first game also cost this much. So that means they were well within profit margins to make their next game ready. So they made back what they needed plus way more in order to keep this game funded. So that means stability wise, probably no risk of any layoffs for them anytime soon. So yeah, cost probably is to 30 and 50 million. So they announced a couple days ago that they sold 1.5 million copies already, which is insane. I think that's what they said. Let me double check that, eh? That was entirely wrong. It's 1 million copies sold, although reaching 1.5 million doesn't seem like a huge stretch. So let me just go, I was wrong. Can you tell me what the revenue would be for 1 million copies sold, please? So still pretty insane. If it was $60 million made, if it was $60 per copy, $40 million made if it was $40 per copy. Something I'm interested in is also Google Trends. Who's looking it up? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Okay. Worldwide. Of course. Home base cares about it the most. They should be pretty proud of it. Who else? It's a lot of Europe, a lot of Europe, a lot of Europe. Oh, there we are. 18th. Yeah, it's probably more of an EU game then. Still, great way to make a lot of money. What does it cost in EU? Can I find that out? What does Kingdom Come cost in EU? Kingdom Come to regional pricing. Listing. Regional prices? All right, let's ask AI. Can you give me regional pricing for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Now, what's the average of all of those in USD? All right, average price is 60. So that means they're probably they've made all their money back already. And from here it only goes up. So they're peaches and cream right now. They're happy and dandy. They're gonna be able to make more games off of this, which is wonderful for them. Other things that I kind of tried to parse some info for was what's the average salary of a game developer in Czech Republic. And then I said, show me that in USD or Canadian. It's about 50,000 USD or 71,000 Canadian. Salaries are much lower than the US, so they're able to get a lot done with a lot less. Depending on who you ask, that's good or bad, but I think in this case, it's a win for them. And I just wanted to make sure that they were based in Prague, because it did say in Prague, salaries tend to be higher, where other places it tends to be lower. So again, this is just all confirming that like they were able to make this within a comfortable budget. It seems like it's really polished and well received and well optimized. So a lot of the PC gamers, especially in like the EU focused area, are super happy about it. And just for shits and giggles, I kind of wanted to ask what the average price of a home is there. And a lot. They're facing the same problem that everyone else is. There's just house pricing inflation, which is a huge problem for everyone, even in places where cost of living seems to be a lot lower. I think here I just had other things trying to look up cost of living before I kind of just went to ask ChatGPT to figure out all the averages and stuff for me. But yeah, overall, seems to be a great resounding success of a game. And you really love to see it in a world where a lot of layoffs are happening, a lot of studios are getting shut down. Here you see a game that seems to be selling just enough, be complex enough, be what it wants to be, and be authentic and be touching an audience in a way that a lot of people have been missing for a little hot minute here. Yeah, it just means they're able to take that craft and continue doing it. And maybe make it a little bit bigger, but still keeping it pretty scaled. I think if they keep the scale of their team the size that it is and just keep pushing on new ideas or better quality, but not so much blowing up the budget, they're more than good to just keep doing this. And at this point, they can afford a failure, which is great. So overall, congratulations to that team at Warhorse. Yeah, that's kind of all I got. See ya.